What brought me 16 years ago to Nepal is I was on a spiritual personal journey. Primarily I did it by myself, however I never seemed to be much alone because I always met wonderful people in each country. I met a young man who was just a skinny little thing, about 10 and a half or 11 years old. There was some kind of a connection and a bond with that sweet child. And through the years we stayed in contact, and it has been delightful to see what an incredible person he's become. Currently the economic status in Nepal is, it is listed as the second poorest country in our world. The only aid that they get is through the world, and then they have Mount Everest, which brings in $10,000 for those that wish to attempt the summit. And that is a small amount of money that comes into their country in general. I was up in San Francisco visiting a dear girlfriend of mine from my childhood, and I told her I'm going over there and I'm going to give the family a couple of goats, and she says, well, I'm going to give you some goats. And then I was down seeing another very dear friend in San Diego, and I mentioned it to her that, you know, what I was doing, and she says, oh my goodness. And without my realizing it, she sat there and she wrote me out my first actual check for 2 goats. But everywhere we went, we took a motorcycle. That doesn't mean we got to the village on the motorcycle. We got close to the village, and then from there we would be hiking on in.
We walk this at night. Even a goat would be challenged, I believe.
We were able to give these women 2 goats each, and what they will do within 2 years is give 2 goats to other villages. You know, the excitement that I had the first delivery of goats was so much. I wanted to jump up and down.
All right, we have now sighted the goats. They're practically here. This is the first delivery, and most of them are pregnant. I think 20 of the 30. Some of them are with twins, and I think 1 or 2 have triplets. Namaste.
I kind of hurried on down the road so that I could greet the herders coming on in. And so I herded them in, and I learned how you herd them, and you go tss, tss, tss. Of course I'm going, get along little doggy, but you know, I learned that tss, 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 and brought them in, and the goats were wonderful. And then we decorated them. Rabbit and I got red ribbon to put on them.
They're very content with their little ribbons.
They're pretty good. We had to manage the 70 goats that we had to get across, not only through the village we were in, but a potato field with a very narrow path, and then across the river. I've been across that river many times, but not with goats.
A herd of goats crossing the river, and the goats are not behaving well.
But it was a hoot and a holler to be walking through the water, splashing around, going, tss, 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 you know, move, little goat. And then we brought them on into the village, and we had them all gathered, and the goats were just happy to hold still. They were happy.
They are cute. And of course, there's a whole village showing up. This is just amazing.
We also had to teach them that democracy is one person speaks while others listen. And they didn't have that down. And I told them, you can't go forward if you all talk at one time.
चाहिँ छ नि पछि अर्को समूहलाई दिने चाहिँ 10% चाहिँ अनिवार्य यो बच्चाहरुको त्यसरी गर्नु पनि सक्छ समस्या आयो
अब अहिले पढ्न सारा त हाम्रो
They began to hear that listening was important while one spoke.
सरसल्लाह गरेर के गर्ने भन्ने निर्णय गर्ने कस्तो निर्णय के हुन्छ
May it be the shadows call will fly away. May it be your journey on to light the day when the night is over. You may rise to find the sun.
And it was very exciting. The women were very excited. In previous times that I'd been to the village, they do not do hugging, and they hugged me. The song that she was singing was rather interesting. As it was translated to me, it was like, "We are so glad that you have been born upon this earth. We bless the day that you were born." Well, nobody knew that it had been my birthday.
तिमी आउनु जानु गर्नु नि
Never